Hello everyone and welcome back to Destiny. Yesterday Bungie had their second stream revealing all of the cool things that we can earn in the April update. In my previous video we took a look at some of the new armor available in the game, as well as the new chroma system, which you can use to customize your appearance even more. I also mentioned how you're going to be able to obtain chroma as well as some of the new endgame gear with the new mystery bag consumable, Sterling Treasure. Be sure to check out that video if you haven't already. I'll leave a link in the description. But their reveal included a lot more than just that. There was so much content that I had to create a second video just to go over everything. So let's continue that conversation with a topic that people are probably most excited about, and that is the new weapons. It looks like there are officially two sets of endgame gear, one for Queen's Wrath and one for House of Judgment. In the Bungie stream we got a glimpse at some of the stats of the Queen's Wrath gear, and it looks pretty promising. I am particularly interested in the sniper rifle and the scout rifle, with the sniper rifle having almost identical stats to the 1,000-yard stare. And I have to say both sets look pretty rad, especially the House of Judgment set. Now as far as the taken weapons that we saw in the screenshots and in the reveal, it looks like there's only really two official weapons, one shotgun and one taken sword. It looks like we're going to be able to obtain the shotgun as a strike exclusive for the new version of Winter's Run, and the sword is going to be available through the level 41 Challenge of the Elders. Other than that, it doesn't seem to be an entire set of weapons. The other big piece of news in regards to weapons is going to be the return of some of your beloved weapons from Year 1. Based on the screenshot we saw of Deej's Vault, we can confirm the following weapons returning in Year 2. Grim Citizen 3, Shadow Price, the Satyrian Rapier, the Devil You Know, Lord High Fixer, the Swarm, Zombie Apocalypse, LDR 5001, Longbow Synthesis, Two to the Morgue, and the Comedian. Now whether or not there are more than this is yet to be confirmed, but I know I am super excited to get my hands on my beloved Devil You Know, which carried me through most of Year 1. Now the detail that was curiously left out of the reveal is whether or not we're going to see a refresh of the Crucible, Vanguard, and Faction weapon sets. At the very least, if we're not getting new weapons, I hope they hit the randomize button and re-roll those perks. Which actually leads me to the next topic, which is we're going to see a significant increase to Faction reputation gains. This is fantastic news as it takes a very long time to rank up, and often the ends don't justify the means. Not to mention that if you want to unlock all of the exotic class items for the factions, you have to reach rank 25 with each of them. Not only that, but once you get the actual class items, it's only about a 10% boost, which is almost negligible considering how little reputation you get in the first place. I would love to see them do something crazy and double all of the reputation gains across the board. Not only that, but make the reputation gain you get from the class item double that as well, bringing them in line with your Vanguard and Crucible reputation gains. Now with all of this cool new stuff, you're gonna want a place to put it all. And as it turns out, somehow Bungie has managed to increase our vault space yet again to 108 slots for each category. This is absolutely fantastic news, as I know I'm going to want to collect every new piece of weapon, and I don't want to get rid of anything old. Next up, we have an adjustment to the way infusion works. Currently, if you infuse a higher light item into a lower light item, you will get about 80% of the light increase. However, when you reach the endgame, that light increase caps out at 6 light for legendaries and 4 light for exotics. This often leads to situations where you're going to be stuck at 318 or 319 light, preventing you from hitting that light cap. Even though it was a little confusing on how it worked and you often had to pull out a special calculator, I liked it because it made you really earn that light. Depending on the item you wanted to infuse, you had to sacrifice anywhere from 3 to 6 items into it. And of course that would cost you 3 legendary marks per infusion. Well, as of the April update, they are actually changing that completely. When the update hits, when you infuse a higher light item into a lower light item, you will actually get the full light of the higher item. Meaning that if you take a, say, light 3 helmet and infuse it with a 320 helmet, you're going to have that new item at 320 light. It is a direct 1-to-1 ratio and you don't lose any light. Don't get me wrong, this new style is going to be pretty rad. You're going to be able to outfit yourself with exactly what you want to wear, and it's going to let us build different armor builds, which is something we couldn't really do before. Many of us are still chasing our first set of 320 gear, let alone building other ones for different situations. My only concern is going to be how quickly people are going to light cap. For many, they're going to be super excited, but for players like me, I enjoy the grind, I enjoy earning the gear. My only concern with this is that we're going to breeze through all of this content and we're all going to hit light cap of 335 very quickly, leaving us in another content gap even sooner than we expected. The next major expansion isn't coming till fall, and for all we know, this update is supposed to hold us over until then. That's another 5 to 6 months. So my only hope is that if we do hit light cap really quick, that we're going to be very fond of exploring horizontal progression for the first time in Destiny. And by horizontal progression, I mean building different gear sets for different situations, one not necessarily being any more powerful than the other, but become useful in different situations. There's one thing for sure, and that it's going to impact the economy of the game in a big bad way, and it's going to be really interesting to see the way it all shakes out. Now, a couple last things before we end the video. It looks like in that week's time between the reveal streams, they have changed their mind on the new hard mode loot for King's Fall. Last week they mentioned that it would drop at up to 330 light, and now it seems that it's going to drop at up to 335 light. I'm not sure if this was in response to the community's reaction about the Prison of Elders, but it's a welcome change either way. So if the Prison of Elders is not your jam, you're going to be able to jump into King's Fall hard mode with a chance of getting up to 335 light. Next is something that was a long time coming, and that is the new dedicated iPad app for Destiny Companion. It's a nice clean design, and the best part is that you can window shop all the vendors. I'm still waiting for a 3-column view where I can switch around gear, but this is a good start. It looks like they spent a lot of time designing this, and I'm very impressed. It is available free on the App Store, but if you happen to have the iPhone version on your iPad, it will actually update into the iPad version. Now, even though a lot of this was quality of life improvements, Bungie still has a lot to show us next week in regards to quality of life, and they will also be talking about sandbox changes and the Crucible. So you can expect next week's reveal to be just as jam-packed. What are your thoughts on this omnibus of information? Leave it in the comments below. Drop a like if you can, and subscribe for more Destiny content. And I will see you all next time.